Hello and welcome back to the couch we saved you a seat. My name is William,
My name is Luke.
and we are here reacting to season 3 of The Wheel of Time, episode 4 over on Amazon Prime. I'm looking right now. The name of this episode is The Road to the Spear. So that sounds exciting. Last episode, if you haven't checked that out, episodes 1, 2, and 3 are on the channel. We're really enjoying this. How are you liking it so far, Louis?
Season 3 is off to a great start. It's off
Okay.
to a great start. Yeah.
Last time, in episode 3, we had our party split into 3 different groups.
Right.
We have uh Nye, the princess, and Matt are going
They're going
to
to they're going to the pirate city, and Matt just beat the heck out of those princes with a bow staff.
right, the Tenji. Yeah, man, that was awesome. Uh,
That was awesome.
we have uh, wow, my brain is
It's okay.
breaking.
Uh
Moraine,
Rand and
Rand,
there
they're
you go.
they're headed to the desert, right? And then
Yeah.
our last group are at the forks, right?
That's right.
And
They're back at they're back at the Two Rivers.
okay, the two rivers. So who knows what's gonna happen? I'm excited. Spears are cool. Shall we get into it?
Spears are very cool, and yes, we should get into it.
All right, here we go. Starting in 3, 2, 1. All right, we're in the
All right.
desert. This is the something wastes, right?
Yep.
Okay,
Beyond the spine.
that's the mountain range that separates them.
Yep.
Into it. Fear, hate, anger. Until my mind was empty, only the flame and the void.
That's pretty mature.
Yeah,
You can come to know this place too.
yeah.
When a lamb's mother dies during childbirth, we caught the new mother, and we put the blood on a lamb so she accepts it as her own.
Wow. Do they do that now?
I don't know.
But I'm not one of them. I never will be.
But do you want to be?
I think he has
So
a
many things I can't be.
cool idea because he's
It'd be
not
nice to
from
find
this
something
land,
like
right?
that.
Too.
Right. You ever fight with swords, there's going to be chips in them.
Yeah.
For sure.
And this time I'll actually try.
Wow.
Shade.
It's like me with our younger brother. Like, you want to do kendo? Go practice.
Sure.
Come
Go
on.
practice.
Come on.
That was so funny. See, he's way out over his front foot. Zero chance he's making that connection.
We had a saying in the Two Rivers about a watched pot never boiling. If only it were that easy to stop a pot from boiling.
Wow, that's so true.
Ooh.
That's good. If it was
Yeah.
ever so easy to stop a pot from boiling, you got to put a wood spoon over it, to keep the bubbles from coming when you're making pasta.
A little oil, a little salt.
Yeah.
That helps too.
A splash of cold water.
They're having charcuterie.
Your favorite.
I love charcuterie.
They're Gaishan, not servants. In the dance of spears, the most G is giving by touching an armed enemy without killing or harming in any way. Those who are touched become Gaishan.
You're very comfortable answering questions we have no interest in the answers to.
Wow.
Two.
Damn.
Nice today.
Damn.
How you knew we were coming?
Wise ones see many paths. What is happening or beginning is more easily seen than what will happen or may.
We did not see Egwene at all. It was no more than an even chance that the young man who calls himself Randall Thor would come.
That's interesting. She said, "What is happening?" Like as if they can see other things happening in other places at the same time,
Yeah.
rather than
Like-
being a seer.
Yeah, that's what it.
Still at least will survive. This we know.
If you had not come, you would have died. If our honor line had not come, you would have died. If you do not go through Rhuidean, you...
Oh,
So she's got to go.
yeah.
You should not have been told.
Shh. She
It
gets
is
shushed.
possible for women to see some ways the future may be woven in Rhuidean. No more than that. Change comes like an avalanche, whether we want it or not.
Kind of, we should know our future kind of deal.
Right. Yeah. the best outcomes come from
I
organic
told
decisions.
Yeah.
you not to touch a sword.
Aiel don't touch swords. So am I Aiel or not? You can't seem to decide.
No
Dude,
What?
she's a
one touches a
badass.
sword this close to the city in the clouds. That includes you.
Why can't they
Uh-oh.
touch a sword? I guess we'll find out here. Is this going to be another badass
Ooh.
fight like with Rand
Ooh.
or with
Yeah.
Matt?
Well, she's the number
3.
one contender. Like, she's the one. Like, we watched her beat up 7 of the white cloaks,
You
Yeah.
asking me to dance?
In the
and he's like
previous
Captain
season?
America.
Arnaline.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like a weapon. The weapon. I wonder if anyone had Land fought an Aiel before?
I don't know if he has experience.
Whoop. Weave. Okay, 1-on-1. 1-1 here.
It is time. Stop this foolishness. You have run with the spears as long as you can. Longer than you should have.
I am a maiden of the spear. I do not want to be a wise one.
I want to know who is going to win.
And instead you went across the dragon wall searching for the Karakan? You cannot run from what you must be.
So this is like she was saying they've been touched. So she's got to become a wise one.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I guess she was running from her future.
Yeah. I thought she said it was just glimpses of the future, but I guess some things are like certain point. Like,
Well, who's to say she ever thought she would find the Karakan?
oh,
Right?
true.
It would have been a needless search.
Yeah.
But she actually did.
Damn.
Damn. Have you ever tried to bust like 3 pieces of wood over your
I too
knee?
refused when called. I thought I was strong and hard as a woman could be. Eventually, though, I learned my duty.
I've actually studied with a bow.
Yeah.
The cottage
They are
store.
super hard.
Miranda. Your new clothes will await your return.
Your new clothes.
Yeah, the same as what they're wearing. I think she's wearing like battle armor.
Oh, okay. So like their station is based on their clothing fits their station, I guess. Like warriors,
Well, I mean,
knights.
she's literally wearing armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, her jacket is
I mean,
awesome.
It's leather armor, right? She's a rogue.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
a ranger.
Yeah.
I ask your leave to enter Rhuidean.
The question is asked. I answer yes.
I answer yes.
If you do not return, your belongings will be given to your family for remembrance.
If you don't return,
Yeah. Yeah, this is a walkabout you might not come back from.
A strong mind and a strong heart are your weapons now.
do you think they were both spear maidens before wise women?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be back before you reach the slopes of Giant Ire.
It's so interesting to see someone like people who love someone and put them in a position to be successful, and that someone is avoiding that something as hard as this young woman is.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
You intend to enter Rhuidean tomorrow? The wise ones tell me many men wait weeks on the slopes before they enter.
Many men.
I'm not them.
This arrogance will get
I know I have to go there.
I want you to tell me what you're going to do so I can help you.
He looks so much
Never
like Hayden
tried to help
Christensen.
him, right?
It's wild.
That's all I've ever done.
All I've ever done.
Do you feel like you know all there is to know?
You want me to confide in you? Tell me whatever I decide to do. You won't try to stop me. Say that you won't use me for the tower's ends or your own. Say plain. So I know it's true.
So she can't lie, right? Like no
Yep.
I
no
will
hidden
do
message.
nothing to hinder you from fulfilling your destiny. I've devoted my life to that, but I will not promise to watch while you lay your head on a chopping block.
That's
It's not
respectable.
good enough, Murray.
Not good enough, huh? you think this is a real place or like completely CG?
Oh, it's real.
We
for
approach
sure.
Rhuidean now.
So you've been
All clan chiefs must go.
for the trial.
Chiefs can only speak of the city to others who have been.
If all clan chiefs and wise ones go to Rhuidean, is there anything different for the Gara Khan?
We are marked by Rhuidean. The very few that make it out alive. Every chief on the left arm.
The people of the journey.
That's
Oh.
what they call us once. The Gara
Okay.
Khan, he who comes with the dawn, will be marked twice. That is how we will know him.
Marked twice, like both arms, maybe?
Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder why left arm, if there's a significance.
I would say it's the non-sword arm, but they don't use swords.
Yeah.
City in the clouds.
I thought it was going to be like a levitating city.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so they just walked up. Okay.
Yeah. Where were the scouts?
The peace of Rhuidean be on you. Who comes to Giant Dire may return to their holes in peace.
What the headpiece?
Wild. Yeah, I guess this is like Holy Land, so they're not supposed to
There
fight.
shall be no blood on the ground.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. They mentioned about wasting the water and
Brought
blood in the
wet
sand.
landers to Rhuidean.
Right.
Where's your husband, Savannah?
Dead. My new husband, his son Muradin, has entered Rhuidean.
We are two enough to say yes or no.
And why have you come to Rhuidean, Ruach? You've looked better.
Is it Mirrodin like a false dragon?
I
ask
don't
your
know.
leave to enter Rhuidean.
The question has been asked. I answer yes.
This man is no Aiel. It's death for him to be on this ground.
My mother was Aiel.
Your father, yes. But your mother.
He presents himself like a woman.
But your mother.
We'll see if he could be trained. Until then, be silent when wise ones speak. Melaine.
Oh gosh, 4.
It must be done. I answer yes.
Does she weave?
It doesn't look like a weave.
Go back to your tents, Kuladin.
His spears are a different shape.
Mm-hmm.
And no man other than he who has asked.
Yeah, they're a different tribe.
I'm going with him.
If you ask, we will not allow it. You must learn what you are. And he must learn what he is. Your paths do not align.
Just have
Interesting.
faith, right? Like you'll end up together. Don't.
I ask your leave to enter Rhuidean.
Moraine.
You should not have been told.
Does it make a difference that I've been told?
Perhaps a great difference. Perhaps none at all.
When we saw you go through the rings, it was always you who asked.
And what did you see if I did not go?
We have told too much already. Those who move with too much knowledge of the future find disaster, whether from complacency of what they think must come, or in the effort to change it.
Just in an effort of fairness, her cheekbones are incredible too.
Yeah.
I answer yes.
Yes.
I think the lighting in the desert probably helps.
Moraine's a die. In Rhuidean, you'll find 3 rings.
I was
Step through
talking
any
about,
one and
though,
you'll see your future laid before you.
the
again
red
and again
Aja.
variation. You will see 1,000 turns of the wheel.
The leader of the Red Aja, the one that's
Yeah.
Brand Al Thor. In the glass columns, you will walk the footsteps of your blood ancestors. Each step forward, a step backward through time.
You must go to Rhuidean unarmed.
Oh, so it's like Empire Strikes Back. Luke Skywalker
the
going into
cave?
the cave.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your weapons, you will not need them.
Don't do that to the sword. Wow. Moraine's packing.
Is she? Not only can she use magic powers, but she has 5 knives.
Rhuidean belongs to the dead. They will not speak to the living again until they return.
So they said she'll see hundreds of years in the future, potentially.
Right.
But he will see years of his lineage. So they're going to see different ways, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to see real stuff, right? And she's going to see
Potential.
like potential futures.
Okay.
Hopefully it questions her path and methodology a little bit, so she's not so like do.
Well, man, all that before the intro.
The Wheel of Time, brought to you by Amazon Prime.
Oh, nice. We're just
we're
at
back
it.
in. Okay. Back in the desert still. Those are massive feet. That statue's 80 feet tall. for sure.
I think it's hundreds of feet tall.
Doesn't seem like Aiel.
No.
Is it missing its mouth?
I think that was like Greek,
And this fog, this dry
Ro-
fog.
ancient
strange.
Roman.
And when I look at it, it's as if I can see threads of the one power. Then they're gone.
Do you think Rand can see the threads of the One Power?
I don't think he's there yet, or he doesn't care.
Well, like women can see the threads of other spells, and men can see the threads of other men's spells. But if she can see it, can he see it? That's why
Atreya!
I'm always
Sorry.
Oh yeah,
That's
here we
Twin
go.
Sphinx.
No. Here we go. We got Idrisil.
Bendathora.
We
Tree of Life.
always
Yeah.
knew the Aiel had it, but we didn't know where. It's said to be almost 3,000 years old.
Wow. 3,000.
Well, that takes us back to the breaking.
Peaceful.
That's the big event that like they're killed everybody or changed the world.
The Aiel
Mhm.
entrusted
The-
a sapling of a Vendasora to Kyrian.
The former
hundreds of
number
years
one.
ago. A
Or-
repayment of some
Dragon.
debt even older.
We didn't see a tree like this in Kyrian.
No. Because my uncle Layman, when he became king, cut it down to build his throne. He wanted a throne that could never be copied.
Wow.
And we didn't know it at the time, but that was why the Aiel came over the spine, why they left the waste, why the whole Aiel war began. To kill him, for breaking his oath to protect the tree, and destroying
Wow.
the pledge of peace with it. And they hunted him, burning every city in the Westlands until finally they caught him. On the slopes of Dragon Mount. And killed
Okay, so that's where Rand was born, and there's a scene in season 1 where he's born.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't Dragon Man when she gave birth to me. And that's why I fulfilled the prophecy of the dragon reborn because your uncle cut down that tree.
Causality?
Yeah, they're connected eternally, for sure.
We've been connected since before I was born.
Sometimes fate seems so strong, tide sweeping us along against our control. And sometimes it's as fragile as gossamer.
What's Gossamer? Do you know?
You shouldn't have come.
No.
Good job on the lighting department, like to make this fog work.
Oh, those look like hair follicles.
Yeah. Is it alive here?
She called them pillars of glass earlier, so I don't know. They look like solid versions of weaves.
Yeah, yeah.
Muradin?
That's bodies.
Muradin?
Mm-hmm. It's the other.
Savannah said you were here.
People who failed.
Imagine in the books, this is a pretty epic thing to read.
Yeah. Feel free to let us know down below. Some things have been longer, people said in the book, and some people said it's shorter or not even on page. So
Ooh, that guy's seen some battle. Look at his hands.
yeah.
Janduin, what's wrong with you? Fight!
Dog.
So you don't wear
Oh.
a cape. Ooh.
The twin spear thing we don't see a lot in fiction.
No.
I like it.
The short spear.
I like it. It's kind of fun.
Where?
Oh, it's his mother.
So my question is, if this is his mom, right? This is the scene that you're talking about from the first season.
Yeah.
The wise one just said, "Your father, yes, but your mother."
My love.
Yeah, she not Aiel.
Yeah.
I was wondering that too.
I found their king. The Oathbreaker. I took his life. And with my own spear, shade up my heart. We won.
So Rand's father killed the uncle, the king.
Yeah. Moraine's uncle, like the king. So his father was a warrior, like a bladesmith, right? Lan was saying.
Oh yeah.
And then he
He
killed
fought for
this
the other side.
woman and then
No,
took her
no,
baby.
the woman died in childbirth.
Oh, okay,
He
okay,
didn't kill
okay.
her.
But he took the baby and then he gave up violence to become a farmer after the.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Different time?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's no fog.
No, yeah, this is the first spear, I bet.
Yeah, there's only one before there are like hundreds around the city.
Right.
Look at that detail work on the spear.
Yeah.
Well, there's the fog.
After Sedai
Interesting.
here, you must agree to whatever she asks, Mendane.
If I don't come back, help our son and daughters to hold the scepter.
I will. Shade of my heart.
They've been using that phrase, shade of my heart.
The Aes Sedai say
Yeah,
no
I love
weapons
it.
can be taken to Rhuidean.
Just like the Aes Sedai can't use magic inside of or can't weave inside of the arches.
Yeah. I wonder if there's like a detection weave or something, like it'll kill them if they bring a weapon or something. Is this the
Look,
first
she's got
wise
one of
one?
those things. She's got one of those things on her hands. Like she's a dark friend or something.
She looks like Superman's parents in the original.
Yeah, she does.
Jor-El's wife.
Why did you call us here?
Because the last people who were truly Aiel, they are all dead now. The people who built this city, who planted this tree. Why do you not carry swords?
It's forbidden.
But you do not know why. Whoever would lead among you must come to Rhuidean. Chiefs and wise ones both. And learn where your ancestors came from, and why you do not carry swords. Who cannot learn will not live.
Just come to you.
Ooh.
Whichever of us comes will lead all the Aiel.
No. The one who would lead all Aiel will come later, of the blood, but not raised by the blood. The Karakan will come from Rhuidean at dawn, and tie you with bonds you cannot break. The Karakan will take you back and destroy you.
Some pretty epic summoning magic right here.
Oh yeah, here we go. This is
Oh,
cool.
is that those are the crystal
Yeah.
pillars?
Your
Yeah,
truth will
yeah.
grow through these columns and walk the footsteps of your blood ancestors. See the world through their eyes and know who you were and who you are.
Learn.
Know why we Aes Sedai call you Oath Breakers.
That seemed to have offended them. Oathbreaker.
Mm-hmm.
I don't fear my past. We are not Oathbreakers.
Where did he get seashells for his necklace? Like in the ocean?
By the seashore.
Maybe the desert wasn't a desert a long time ago.
Maybe. Yeah, so like Ichigo does this in Bleach in season 3.
Oh, of the 1,000-Year Blood War?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Tree of life.
Look at him. He looks like Smeagol.
I'm smoking too much.
Hurry up. Old man Adam will catch us.
You know, it's from before the break-in. They say it makes you feel peaceful just to sit beneath its branches.
This is from
You see how
before
much-
the break?
I can feel it.
No, the tree might be, but like look how much younger the tree is. Like
Yeah.
that's like hundreds of years before that
Yeah.
tree we just saw.
Well, didn't he just say it's before the break? So it's like old?
You'll never get bigger in that little pot.
Yeah.
Come on, lads. Old man Arden says we
Oh, he's got a good point. That tree wouldn't get any bigger in the pot.
are you, and that's where we're planted. Oh. What's wrong?
Your sister. A group of bandits. They took her. During the last of the washing in the stream.
They took Colleen too.
No. We have to get them back.
Dude's got a Matt and parent of himself.
All will be well. No, please. Please go to your wagon. Go now! All will be well. All will be well, and all manner of things will be well.
That's some hard pacifism to...
Mm-hmm.
You heard her. They're still alive. She said they took them. We need to do something. We can't.
They were down at the stream. If we follow the tracks from there, we'll wait until night, sneak in, and get them back.
Ooh.
No violence.
No violence. They're gonna just night rescue?
Yeah, so there was a group in the season 1, the ones that were on the leaf, that were just
like the
this.
gypsy people. They gave them food or whatever.
Yeah, they were talking about a song or something. They were,
Okay.
and I imagine we'll get that in this, where they talk about the song because it's a flashback to when they sung the song.
Yeah, maybe when they rescue them or something.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your dust veils up so they don't see your faces.
They don't have any scouts or guards either.
Yeah. Who's
What are we
on
doing?
watch?
Anyone can just sneak into a camp?
Yeah. You're bandits. They rolled high on their stealth check.
They did.
Why are you here?
Nat 20.
I'm gonna carve you like a pig.
Nat 18.
You're gonna screw like your sister. Or you people just...
Megan, get up. You have to get up.
We're scared.
No, we have to get away.
Oh, that would hurt so fucking bad. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
He just sliced his face off?
Yeah.
Mercy of the light. Be with us.
I saw most of his eyeball.
Oh,
no.
Pull it out. Don't pull it out. Oh, no.
Perrin from 2,000 years ago.
Violence begets violence kind of deal.
Yeah. Live by the sword, die by the sword.
No. What have we done?
2 for 1 special. That's what you did.
How many bandits were there?
A spear can put food in the pot.
Like she said, to catch a rabbit with a spear, not a sword.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm starting to begin to see the lineage, for the Aiel here. But these are like the way of leaf people.
But like 1,000 years ago, right? Like.
Yeah, they weren't even eating meat in season 1 when they were hanging out with Egwene and Perrin.
What's happened?
We killed them. The men that hurt us. Lewin came and killed them.
They did kill Charlotte.
You killed?
They took my grandfather. They hurt her.
We bury our dead, and we go on. What else is there?
Well.
Really?
Are no longer Aiel. Strangers.
Whoa.
Oath breakers.
Oh, like she just...
Yeah.
Mother. Please.
Wow,
Dude,
just
his
like
mom's
that?
about to...
Who are you that calls me mother?
Damn.
Oh. He didn't deserve that. I mean, he did, but he didn't deserve
Hide your
that.
face from me, stranger.
Stranger. Wow. Just like
I had
that?
a son once with a face like that. I don't want to see it on a killer home. Hide your face.
He just tried to rescue his sisters? So...
He didn't try, he did it.
The leaf people, like, don't eat... You said they're, like, vegetarian? They don't eat meat? I don't remember that part of season 1. But, like...
Yeah, they don't do... Yeah, they don't kill anything.
But the Aiel lady in the desert caught the rabbit.
What do we do now?
Right.
Huh.
I mean, we just saw the chieftain with a spear, so I imagine.
Yeah.
They can't do violence. But we can.
Okay.
So it's like the opposite of the Aes Sedai, like, can't lie, right? As like a way to protect them from that. These they're going to be the violence that can protect the leaf.
Yep.
I guess. Okay.
Yeah, the Aiel, the new Aiel.
I know the old lady said all the original Aiel are gone. They've all died.
Yeah.
The lady in white with the rocks. I love those rock sculptures that vibrate sand, and it makes them create harmonic frequencies. That's probably how they...
Yeah.
So that guy said when you touch the tree, it makes you feel peace or whatever.
The younger Rand lookalike dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, those are all his lineage, right?
Yeah.
This is the thing that the lady in white was holding. Like a giant pearl.
Yeah. So do you think she left it for her?
I don't know. Like, did we see her put it back in the tree?
No.
Okay.
But it had a pearl in it.
Oh,
One of the other younger trees had a pearl in it.
Rand's vision
So
had it, right?
it must have been left in the tree there.
Okay.
It's probably like an offhand trinket or something. Because that's what made the smoke. Oh, here the rings are talking about.
Oh, okay. I thought 3 rings. I thought it was going to be like the 3 arches that she passed through to become Aes Sedai, like the initiate.
Right. What a trippy thing.
Yeah. It's like a gravity vortex. I don't know. Do you think the...
Oh, she's having her visions.
What's wrong, love?
Is that Suan? Suan?
Attend you.
What?
The watcher of the seals, the flame of...
Moraine's the mother?
Yeah, these are
Emmeline
the
Seat?
possible futures. Yeah, these are the possible futures she was talking about.
I released you.
Yep.
Release him? Does that depower him? Like...
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think so.
I do.
He looked like Anakin right there again. It's
Oh, for sure.
ridiculous. Who's it? I know we saw in a preview she
Oh!
said he has to die.
I swear myself
Right.
to you.
This more Leaf
Oh.
Village.
I think one of those characters was Ming too.
Okay. So I guess it's Doctor Strangey. She sees multiple possibilities.
Right. And he gains wisdom in the scariest way possible.
Arden.
Dude, Hartnan's the name that they said that old man Hartnan's tree.
Oh, so you think the little boy is Old Man Hartman?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Jonai.
So they're not in the desert right now.
Enough, Jonai.
No.
We can't carry on.
What do you mean? Hiro ayen de an. Hiro ayen fal. Safi umat.
We bury our dead and move on.
The others will come. They'll meet us across the spine. My daughter dreamed that.
We're going south. The Aes Sedai have killed the last man who can channel. The earth is settling. We'll find someplace safe, someplace where we can sing the songs of harvest again.
Oh, the song you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
I remember it. Don't leave.
Look at his little Padawan braid.
Come with us, Arden.
Love a little Padawan braid.
I won't break my oath.
I'm gonna say it. They could have done better with that kid's wig.
The amount of money they spent on this show.
They could have. I mean, it's
Depart now at peace. The way of the live is peace.
What now, grandfather?
We bury your dead, and we go on.
I wonder who these people are. Like, who do those people become?
Yeah, they said they headed south. The Earth is settling.
Your
Oh.
mother
Yeah, imagine from some sort of apocalypse.
dreams.
Like what?
A city in the desert. A place where you can go and be safe with no one to hurt us.
Where is it?
East. Toward the dawn. Across the spine.
Rhuidean doesn't seem like a safe place, though.
No.
Do you think it's a
No, it's
different
interesting
city?
too.
Like the safe place is beyond Rhuidean?
Yeah, maybe it is a place for that the Aiel haven't gone to yet. They haven't taken Rand and his group to yet.
Okay.
What's interesting too is the two rivers are about as far west as you can get on the map.
Yeah.
My
And they're
grandfather taught me
See?
to look
There's
after
only one.
this tree, and someday you will too.
My grandfather.
Orb's like, Orb's like an offhand trinket.
Together.
Sounds like a Captain America.
So his grandfather told him to take care of the tree, and he was speaking a different language. Is that the same language you think Matt was speaking?
The old tongue? Yes.
Yeah. That other dude doesn't seem to be doing so good. He's been there already, right? They said?
Yeah.
Those are modern boots.
Those are Matrix boots. Oh, we got cataclysm happening in the background. Looks like Krypton.
Oh, he's got a little ponytail too.
Yep.
Hello, Anakin Skywalker.
And all right, Master.
The wagons are ready.
The wagons. Okay, so that's the same necklace that the old lady was wearing. Do you think it's the same person? Or supposed to be the same person?
I don't know.
Because
The
I said
clothes
I'd
look
live
the
for
same.
hundreds of years.
Yeah.
They live, yeah.
So they said there's 10,000 cuttings for different wagons.
There's 10,000 cuttings, but this person is receiving the orb.
Aiel a Falma asag so a frenya shine. Ai stefeltin, nak so hier so yugra. I saw the rain sen hayatsu shaigreal. Vinlok vel da miren sedai. Or tu na ya bo shaitan elan filietta.
So this is like a sangreal.
Shai. Nialen. Sa angreal calendor. Sa andilia. Sa shalom. Sa ruigutus.
So that's where he was going, right? To get the sword was Kalendor?
That's where Rand was going, yes.
Okay.
Or he was supposed to go, yeah.
Wapsoe.
Gata sakuren. He say nothing.
Until you want it again.
Hota. At the orb.
Where no one can harm you. So she just said
Tiento.
wander.
Yeah, never quit moving.
Your children, your grandchildren. Oh, so these are the leaf people.
Yeah.
We swear this oath. Oh, maybe that's what she meant. The original Aiel are all dead because it's been like a long, long time. And she said that they're oath breakers now. Oh, that looks like modern tech, like metal.
Yeah, it is.
All right, I have a question. We'll have to answer in a minute.
There you go.
All right, so 10,000 carriages.
Yeah, but theirs is the only one with the orb. Do you think they hit it with them on purpose?
I don't know.
I bet they did. I bet they hit it with the Aiel on purpose. The Aes Sedai.
There has to be a reason why she picked the way of peace, I guess.
Unless she was like a fortune teller and knew it was going to end up in Moraine's hands.
Yeah.
A seer. Oh man, that humming is terrible.
Well, I guess he couldn't take the history of his own.
Oh, I guess that weeds out bad
Oh,
leaders.
there's that braid.
What the I almost cursed.
Is this that song?
Yeah, I think so.
Dark, I say.
Yeah. Oh, very cool. She hasn't chosen the dark one yet.
Kama tueta, chelano valakai.
Malakai?
Is that the same actress?
Yeah.
Choshia. Gavane? Pane asajada.
Fonai tamarasim. Mojli tortu. Jayandar loje.
The other side.
Balden. Baldenaya sedane. Sahit.
True power.
Ayas gadao. Mojlit cortista ayas atha an. Tarmbolar greal. Asa ninte walati. Tarmbolar luasterin aisadai.
Who are the other group? Not just Aes Sedai.
Vitsovingsor.
Dark no. Hilan.
Yeah. She's referencing even his people.
Okay.
Jalao.
So they couldn't do that.
Benuker.
They couldn't grow wheat once they become the leaf, right? Because they have to keep moving. You can't stay.
Right. Yeah.
That is weird.
It's Wheel of Time.
They have
It's
like
weird.
metal scythe, but it looks ancient.
What is happening? Are they breaking the world right here? This is what it is?
Is this the Truman Show? Are they like cracking the roof? Is Sauron about to start?
It's a black hole.
Oh, they started up the Hadron Collider inside. Hawking warned us about this.
Yeah. Did you see it was talking to him?
Mm.
There was like sound coming from the gap. Yeah, that's definitely the same woman for sure. You think he'll go back any further? I think he's probably done.
That's probably the important part he needs to see. I mean, he's beyond the pillars now, right?
Yep.
Could you imagine you made it that far into the pillars and then you died? Like those last guys, like...
Yeah, it'd be a bad day. Oh, here we go.
Huh.
Do you remember the show Kung Fu?
Yeah, where they'd put they'd
dragon
grab
attire.
the brazier and
That's
grab
what this
it.
kind of reminds me of. I wonder how many people are going to get tattoos like that now.
David Carradine. I went to his last movie before he passed away.
No, I'm talking about like the dragons that he has.
Yeah. I'm sure it will be more popular.
For sure.
All right, she was set out to find the Karkon, right? That was her.
Yeah, she did it. And he was strong enough to live. Yeah.
I understand enough to know I'll never fully understand. Did you see Moraine?
She's still inside.
Hey, where you go?
Back.
To the tents.
Aren't you?
Not without her.
As you wish.
Hmm.
Wetlander.
Yeah. I can't believe she'd leave him if she knows he's the Karkon.
Yeah. But I guess that part of her life was fulfilled, and now this is her life, right? Like,
Yeah.
You can't fight us all in your own.
Oh,
Do you see that? All of
yeah.
those people are good. They're Dark One. All of his confidants became Dark Ones, basically.
Their
All Rand's.
party became Dark Ones.
Mhm.
Okay. Moraine's dirty.
Yeah, she getting some.
This is
So interesting. So if in every rendition he becomes a dragon, he dies.
yeah.
And when he becomes the Dark One, she dies. If he So like
She went for the triple tap there.
yeah. She wanted all the smoke.
A lot of her dying by the sword.
Right. That's a good point.
Oh, it's our moon.
The moon haunts you.
Remember the moon, I guess, is the symbol because we saw the lady in the sweat tent had the moon with the crane from his home.
Right.
It's been 7 days. Avienda came back 2 days ago.
Oh,
Ooh.
wow.
So the two of them been there for 5 days longer? Or 6 days longer, maybe?
They wanted us to stay.
I mean, I guess if she had died, he'd feel it, right? Like,
Yeah.
he would know because they're bound to each other.
Oh yeah, here the sun comes up.
The
On the 5th
Karakan
day.
will come from the east.
At daybreak. I don't know which came first, but this is very like Gandalf Tolkien in
Oh, well,
Two
this
Towers.
has to come way after. Tolkien's books are old.
Because Gandalf shows up on the 5th day. Look to my coming to the east.
Well, I mean, that's like Jesus
Yeah.
in
Lenti
Revelations.
kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how many success stories there are among those spears. It can't be many.
It looked like there was only a couple tribes, but like I don't know if what we're seeing is a smaller party of a bigger tribe or are they like their own little unit always?
It's very interesting because like Rand's entire lineage donned all these things.
Yeah. Which would make sense that he's the chief of chiefs.
Yeah.
His lineage is the beginning. We've got some timey-wimey stuff going on.
We got some timey-wimey stuff here.
We've watched episode 1, 2, and 3, and in each of those, it was about party building, developing who's going where. This episode, Rand centric, which is funny because we mentioned in the last video, we were like, oh, we know what Rand's story is. Let's see what these other characters are. And then like 2 or 3 people in the comments are like, oh, watch out. You're not ready. Like, sure, there's twists and turns, but brave move. And wow.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot happened here. A lot.
Yeah.
We can break it down. I'd like to jump through the first 20 minutes because the first 20 minutes, as cool as it is, after the Wheel of Time title sequence happens, it gets weird. So if we want to just break it down real quick, you know, we've got them training on the sword. Rand speaks to his ability to stay tranquil through, you know, stressful times. We get 4 shade burns in this first 20 minutes. I'm going to jump to that. But then we also get go ahead.
You mentioned like, do they still do that? You think like where he said when a lamb dies, they take its blood and put it on the mother, and the baby is like accepted, and that's exactly what happened with Rand.
Ooh, good point.
Like he's like a lamb whose mother had died.
Yeah, good point.
So there's that foreshadowing there. Um, yeah, I wonder, like, we often hear of like soldiers and people and they see stuff and then it's like a child in the battlefield or whatever changes their concept, the way that they're thinking. So it's like Rand's dad was this hardened warrior, a master sword wielder, and then a woman gave birth on the battlefield who was fighting for what she thought was right, and he was like, I'm done. I'm
He had a Grinch moment.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But the same thing is like Rand is the sheep, and they said in the prophecy that who the Aiel who is born of the blood but not of the blood.
Yeah.
So it's like he is born Aiel, but he didn't live Aiel, which is
Well,
important, like in a king.
I've got, yeah. And we know his father is Aiel, but like his father's Aiel, like these clans are Aiel.
Yeah.
They're not the original Aiel.
So for me, what's interesting here is it's kind of like my friend who's Jewish told me, like in Judaism, that like they're the different tribes of Judaism, very similar here. That like some people can convert to be Jewish, but like you need to be born from a Jew to be a Jew. Like your mother needs to be Jewish. Like you need to descend through the tribes. So very similar thing here. That like your blood lineage really matters. Uh but yeah, she said all the Aiel are gone. And then we went to the next flashback where they talked about how you're dead to us now. I thought that meant that like they're like two separate tribes now. Like they're we're not Aiel. The Leaf are not Aiel, but then we go one back and we find out that the Leaf are the Aiel. They're the same like group. And then we go one more back and we find out that the Leaf are the Aiel that were. So, I don't know, man. That's trippy.
We go back even further and we find out that the Aiel are those who are of the earth and not this like sci-fi fantasy magic thing that happened there at the end.
Yeah.
That Rand's group goes all the way back to that of people of the earth. And we still don't know much about it, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
all we know is that was the group that the Aes Sedai trusted enough to give this unbelievably powerful weapon. And we talked about it during the show. Like we don't know if
Yeah.
the Aes Sedai saw this in the future, saw Moraine was going to be at the tree in the desert to pick up this thing or not. We have no idea. It'd be interesting if we find that out.
The wise women said that the way that it sounded from last episode with the red lady, the Aes Sedai, was that there are fixed points, and it's like fixed points on a wheel. That like I get that from the wheel. Like here's where we are. This event will happen, but how we get there or what happens after is we can change. Yep. So we saw, Matt gets hung by a noose, and that freaked out Ming, right?
Yeah.
But the fact that she knows that, can she change it?
Right.
Right. Can she change the outcome? And I'm curious. They said that like there are seers and they saw stuff. They saw Moraine go in and come out. They saw Rand go into the city. But like they're not allowed to talk about what they see because there's a principle in physics that's like through observation we actually change the outcome.
Right.
So like if you say it will happen because you've seen the future, you're actually changing the course of future, so it perhaps doesn't happen. Or does it happen because you manifested it through your word? So I'm really curious. Did that the first flashback with the Oathbreakers comment, like you said, the lady looks like the one 2 flashbacks before.
Yeah.
Did she give that weapon, that the woman's orb, right? The equivalent to the sword.
Yeah.
Did she give it to them knowing that through all their trials and tribulations, thousands of years in the future, hundreds of years, I don't know the exact time span, they would caravan across the continent, wait for the earth to settle, lose people, get to the spine, their tribe splits, then they're going to make their way with the tree into the desert, they're going to plant it, they're going to die off, these leaf people.
Mm-hmm.
The other people are going to stay and claim that they're Aiel and that now their way is to defend this city, so that the orb would be there, so that when the Aiel tribes form, man.
Yeah, so that's what I'm beginning to think, is that the seers are intended there to guide.
Yeah. So
Because
it's like
without
a
them,
script.
it's not like a script. I mean, it's kind of like a script. What I'm thinking is like whatever force, and I'm going to use the force,
The one true
word,
power, the one power
the
here.
one true power. Yeah, whatever is in charge of the wheel,
Yeah.
turns, or whatever the case may be. It makes intentional adjustments that
Okay.
are what you were talking about, like points in time that can't change.
Yeah.
And it allows for people to live them in order to produce what it needs to make the final adjustment. Because you've seen it, like 3,000 years ago when they sent the trees on the march or whatever while the world was breaking,
Yeah.
to now it's sword and sandal, like steel is as far as they've come, right, in terms
They're
of technology.
bronze era
Yeah,
right now.
yeah. At best they're dark ages, so they're yeah. And so it's like they're stuck, right?
Yeah.
And so it's interesting to see like this power. I'm gonna use my hands. This power is like condensing the world intentionally to force a Rand kind of character whose lineage is a specific kind of lineage,
Yeah.
and all of that mess, and it spits him out where he's going to be adopted and raised in the Two Rivers by a soldier who found him, or found his mother, gave birth to her, from her right after this war happened, and she wouldn't be in that point had the Oathbreaker not happened. And the
If
story
they
is
had
built
not
that,
given a sapling to that area to grow a tree for that guy to cut down, because
yeah,
they said there were 10,000 trees,
there are 10,000
10,007.
trees,
Yeah.
but
But
there's only one tree with the orb.
yeah, only one.
Only one.
Yeah. And her seat was a tree. The
Her
Aes
seat
Sedai
was a,
that was there
yeah.
was a tree. So
So
yeah.
I have a theory about that too, that these weapons that they're inheriting, this, the orb and the sword,
Yeah.
are what is being referred to in the giant Death Star ship thing,
Okay.
as being the thing that is so close that bends the kind of rules of the one power.
Yeah, that there can be close together.
Right. And that's what helped whomever the one was
Yeah.
before.
Well, because the other items, the other Sangreal things, all looked like items, but this looks like just a stone. And
Right.
they said that the sword he's gonna go get, like I think one of the comments was like, they said, "Oh, you need to go get the sword," but it's not a sword.
Right.
So is it like an interface to work with that pearl? Is like obviously they have technology in that era. They're using metal sights, like not wood
Yeah, that's a weird
stone
part.
sights. I
I'm
don't know.
I'm interested. I'm interested to see if they're like aliens or something. But
Yeah,
probably not. I hope not. But no, I mean, listen,
it's all a dream,
what we've
Louis.
been
It's all a dream. They've been Rand's been
listen,
dreaming this whole time.
If you think everything around you is real, rewatch The Matrix, because
Yeah.
nothing around you is real. It doesn't matter.
I definitely can
No,
see how the Wachowskis read this book and we're
1,000%, a
like
1,000%.
let's steal a little bit of this. Let's say because it goes to that
No,
same concept like you're saying of like the Matrix has to select this one guy to start this group to restart everything, right?
right. I mean, and I mentioned, I mentioned, in Bleach, right? During the 1,000 Year Blood War, you have a character who is the culmination of all these different races and decisions, right?
Yeah,
Coming together, who could take over the one true king as
yeah,
one true king, and he goes through this like walkabout that looks like it's only about 10 yards, but every step gets harder and harder and harder because he's been inundated with all of this information about what
yeah,
it takes to become this thing,
yeah,
right? Similar to Rand's walk. I mean, I mentioned this. I mentioned this to you the other day. Like I had been listening to like the story before Final Fantasy games, video games,
yeah,
and like in Final Fantasy 8, there's a whole backstory that's thousands of years, and all you're coming to is the tail end, the last 40 hours of the game, or the last
yeah,
couple of weeks of the game, similar to, and that's like all of those things. And so it's interesting to see all the crossover. But you even talk about something like Star Wars, right? In Star Wars, and George Lucas said it himself, and I'm sure there's some crossover here, but he said it himself that like in the Force, right?
yeah,
The Force, it controls your actions partially, but it also obeys your commands, right? Like the Anakin being created because Obi-Wan was there and really powerful, and Yoda and all of those things, and blah blah blah. It was to
yeah.
cause this convergence, a difference,
The
because
force
something
is
bad
not
was happening.
light or dark. It's just the force,
It's
right?
just the Force.
It just
Right.
it makes what it needs to happen at
Right.
that time,
To
right?
continue balance, to
Yeah,
continue all this mumbo
yeah.
jumbo.
It,
And
it's
so
it's
it's
really cool
interesting.
to see all this stuff as it like a lot of people have left comments. Continue to leave comments, give us hints. I don't think there's a lot of uh like predictions we can do from this episode because I mean the only thing we can really predict is like the next episode should be about Tenchika or the next
Yeah.
episode should be about uh the fork, the two rivers, right? Like
Right.
we've had Rand's episode, so like we can have Market like this. We'll have they're finding her, then they're back to making armor. They're gonna go through a chase scene. They're gonna go like they're gonna do like a tic tac episode of because they said that they have been in the desert for a while. They got to the city, and then after he had entered, it had been 7 days.
Yeah.
So the girl, the spear, the new wise one, she went in the night before, and she came out 5 days later.
2 days later.
No, no, no. They said she's already been out for 2 days.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So, they were in there for a while. And so they've
A
been
while.
out here in the desert for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, probably.
Time. Listen, time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah. So
You know.
I actually heard some spoilers that like
Oh.
originally Matt was supposed to be with them. Like someone said in one of the comments, like they've changed it. So, that would have been really different if Matt was there, right? Like,
Yeah. I don't know that I would like that.
yeah,
Wouldn't be fine.
I like this change. I'm there was a lot of talk in there about time, a lot about what's it called? Predestination. That's what we're looking for.
Right.
Trippy movie if you ever get a chance to watch that movie.
Correct.
But it talks a lot about I think we've tied it into a lot of different faiths as well. So like we grew up in the South. We come from the Bible Belt, and
Yep.
I now live in a different place where people practice completely different religions altogether, and
Me
the
too.
ideas of like it's all God's plan versus it's all free will. Like what's
Well, listen.
that like
Look,
here
yeah.
it seems like we've got knots in a tapestry, and how you get from knot to knot can change, but it's still the same tapestry, like the
Listen,
same fabric.
I listen. I don't know. I don't know what beliefs there is in the world in totality,
Yeah,
but I happen to I happen to have had moments. They're
yeah,
fleeting. There's not many of them, but I happen to have moments where I look back on them years later and I think, okay, that absolutely had to happen. That was
yeah,
going
yeah,
to
yeah.
happen regardless. I was going to run into that person, or I was going to do that thing, or that thing was going to happen to me. And all of like, I can name them, but I'm not going to. But
Yeah.
I knew, like, I look back on, I'm like, yeah, I can't imagine a scenario where that didn't happen, or it could have gone any different.
Some of
Right.
them good, some of them not, but
Right.
they
They
are
are
foundation keystone points of your existence, right? Like they,
making this story so relatable.
yeah, yeah.
And I think a lot of people are like that as well. I don't know about you.
Okay, so we're pretty sure,
Mhm.
right now, he went back the first time and saw his dad. Okay, and the
Yes.
events that it hold. He went back again, and he saw the formation of the Aiel tribes with the city.
Right.
And that they said that you travel back through your blood. Okay. So then he goes back another generation and we meet a young kid who becomes an oath breaker because he kills someone. Right? He doesn't follow the path of peace. He follows the path of violence. He is the oath breaker.
Hmm.
Then we go back another one and we see that so the old man had to have been his grandpa because the little boy is the old man pulling the cart.
Correct. The little boy becomes the old man,
Who
and the
says we
story
bury
runs.
our
Right.
own? Like
Yeah.
like we're doing that. Hold on a second. The light's gonna bother me. Yeah. All right, so then he goes back to a time when they're accepting the orb. But when they left, this is the one thing I'm not afraid of it to admit, but like he said my love to a man,
Yeah.
but he had to have had a child with a woman to pass on the blood and ancestry.
My God. Good point.
So like maybe they had children out of necessity to spread their cart,
Uh,
or maybe that was his love and he found a woman later that he loved and had a child with, or maybe it's an uncle so their blood is connected.
sure.
I don't know.
Sure.
They
Sure. Sure.
but if that happened in the books, I don't know, but that might have just been a choice, but that was seems like a little bit of a miss right there.
Let, let me ask you this: do you think the final two um, flashbacks are the same person?
I don't think they're the same person.
Okay, so you think like this a breaking that happens where you can see into an alternate dimension, different universe. It looks like it's talking to you. As a matter of fact, it also looks like Bleach when you know what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
where the hollows
yeah,
pull the
yeah.
universe open. It looked like that. Um, do you think this is like years later, like a generation later, and this is a Aiel person who is a Aes Sedai worshiper or whatever kind of worshiper person, and when he walks up to her and hands her and she hands him the orb, he's like the beginning of
When
the way of the leaf.
they make their oath, they said, "We will carry this for you in peace, and we will keep it safe until we return it to you." I
Yeah.
don't think they meant return it to you as in that lady, because I think they meant it as we will return it to you as into the Aes Sedai.
You mean like it's fulfilled its journey?
Yeah, it's gone to where it needed to go to be safe and not lost. And now Moraine has it when she needs it.
So when they plant the orb in the tree, the Aes Sedai, excuse me, the Aiel, when they plant the orb in the tree, the Aiel, and then she comes, the Aes Sedai lady, to pull it, she recognizes this is not the time. So she creates whatever trial that she needs to create in order to foster the creation of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
dragon.
So she's potentially course correcting.
Yeah.
I know you guys hate it, but very Bene Gesserit similar, where they choose bloodlines and blood mixing and to point the future to where they want it. So it's kind of like in Babylon 5, like you are the one, but you're not the one. You were the one, but you will not be the one. The new one will
Well,
come. That like
yeah. I mean,
there,
it's interesting. It's interesting that like our dragon is one of the lineage of an Oathbreaker.
yeah, the whole lineage of Rand is a deep one, right? Like
Yeah.
it's a
But
literally
once that,
from the beginning. Like no one
but what I'm,
else could be him.
but what I'm saying is, once that happens, once the Oathbreaker situation happens,
Yeah,
they build the city. She shows up. She creates a trial in order for them to never forget that they're Oathbreakers.
yeah, and only men can go, and they can only talk about what they've seen to other men who have succeeded. Now, my question is, there were 5 dudes, I think, in the talking to her, or maybe 6.
There are a few.
Yeah. Is it only their lineage that can survive?
That's a good question.
Like the guys who died were not, their history doesn't go back to that time. Like they're not involved. So they just
Or
see their horrible things their ancestors did, and
yeah, because they didn't live the way of the peace.
yeah. Yeah.
Like they maybe that's why the Aiel don't attack people that can't are defenseless.
Yeah.
Like actually, because they didn't live the way of peace.
Yep.
That's interesting. That's
Yep.
an interesting.
And like
Yeah.
Rand's father should be about the age of the chief.
Yeah.
So
I wonder.
it could be that they're related. Like you don't know. Like
I wonder if Rand's blood father did this trial.
yeah, because we didn't see his arms. He had on arm
He had on
wraps
right.
the whole time.
I'll tell you this. I do have a prediction though.
Okay.
That's beyond this moment.
Prediction
Through
time.
some prediction time brought to you by Sweet Tea. Sweet tea. Made in the South
So
with
good.
sugar.
So good.
Prediction time. We're gonna get
Okay.
some sort of and it happens in Naruto, so I'm using Naruto as an example. Some sort of Naruto ordeal where he gets the opportunity to speak to his mother and speak to his father.
Okay.
I mean, we're on book 4 of 14, so you
yeah,
gotta, you know,
they
yeah.
got some time. They did announce it is going to season 4. It's already been greenlit.
Dude.
So maybe they'll do 5 and 6 in the next one. I don't know if that's a good thing. I'm really curious. Will he be able to talk to Matt now?
Oh, you think he matrixed the old tongue into his head?
I think he might be able to know, but he did say, "I know enough to know that I don't know." Right? Like when
yeah, I love that.
That like, you ask people who are not. I'm sorry to make it say that are not educated who say like, "This is the way it is. I'm a child. This is it." But then you meet people who are educated who think about stuff, and they'll say, "Well, I don't know, or I don't have all the facts. I can't say." But based on my life experience, I would say this, but you might say something like, there's a very different idea there. So,
yeah, I mean, making rules in order to protect your feelings or beliefs.
Yeah.
And there are other people who are like, I'm smart enough to know
Yeah.
that I'm just gonna have to
Which
take it as it comes.
is cool, like we talked about in the last episode where they mentioned the predictions of the Aiel and the Wetlanders are different, but they're about the same person.
Yeah, and we don't
So
know the lineage of the Wetlanders.
the difference is that the chieftains of the Aiel have seen their past to a certain extent, right? Enough to survive. So another spoiler that I've seen in some people talking about, I think when we watched like the first episode or something, somebody said there are a lot of Forsaken.
There's like 7 or 13.
There's like more than what we actually see, or it's just too many. So they like cut the number down to keep the, like the 7 deadly sins and Full Metal Alchemist. It's like this group. My question is since that is, do you think that was the same actress on the ship, the same character?
Yes, that was Lanfear.
That was Lanfear, but she calls it
For sure.
something Sedai.
Yeah, correct. That was Lanfear for sure.
Okay.
Because in the story,
Are all the
dragon...
Forsaken the ones on the ship?
No. Oh, maybe.
So like there would have been a lot of them, but for the story's sake, they cut it down. So it's like they were there doing whatever they could to connect to the power, and that's what happened. Is that they were there, and then they're bound to it for some reason.
Right. Sometimes I may be reading way too much into this, but sometimes you'll see in fiction where a group will be considered dark because they're trying to do something to remove choice.
Yeah.
Right? To say, hey, you don't have to live in fear anymore because we make all the decisions for you. Or you know, you were made to be ruled, famous Loki line from the Avengers 2012. Yeah. And or like you don't have to be afraid of death anymore because life doesn't exist, you're just dead.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of that kind of stuff, and that's what it felt like she was.
Yeah, you're already dead.
That's what it feels like she was doing. It's like, you know.
And she said it sounded like they said we're gonna do this tomorrow, but as soon as he got off the ship, it happened. So
yeah. What? And there's also a movie out there, a horror movie, William. You'll never see it, so I'll spoil it for you. But it's called Martyrs.
Okay. If nobody's seen it, don't watch it. He's gonna spoil. I don't watch horror movies, so he's not ruining anything.
Okay, spoiler for Martyrs, but it's a foreign film from
spoilers.
But at the end, essentially, super uber wealthy people they quote unquote torture young women because they believe that women are the only beings on the face of the planet who can be very, very close to death and withstand the pain, to talk to them what it looks like on the other side.
Okay.
And
heavy.
It freaks our friend Aaron out, who's also on the channel sometimes. It's wild. But that's what this feels like too. Like they're trying to see what the other side looks like. What's the other side of the one power? What is it? What is the other side of the one power?
Yeah.
Like? Yeah. And it's the dark one.
And so the Aes Sedai have been around that whole time.
Or longer. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I'm so confused though about the restriction on technology and the Dark Ages and why and who and that part I can't wait to kind of find out.
Yeah, because it looks like hundreds of years they didn't progress
at all.
Right, and like humans are the same, like hundreds of years, and we didn't progress. But now look at where we are. Like,
have we regressed to like a total of 500 people? Because that's what it seems like. Like there's been a full-on apocalyptic event.
Yeah, and they sent out 10,000 carriages from that one city.
Right.
But it wasn't hover cars. It wasn't machines. It was a horse-drawn carriage. Right. So
yeah,
I don't know. We will have to see. I'm sure you guys who like to watch our predictions and questions down in the comments will let us know. Next episode, I predict that we will spend the time at the rivers. I'm hoping that we'll get that storyline caught up.
Me too.
That dude, I'm sorry, the actor who plays Rand, doing his best job. You look like Hayden Christensen, and this makes every time I see you in like leather shoulder pad thing, it's just like, hi, Anakin. The Padawan braid.
He also talks so similarly too. It's like,
yeah,
I don't know what I've got. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's very pretty. So good on you, Amazon, for hiring a very pretty character to play your.
Yeah.
He's just a
we need to have the training for Egwene to be a dream walker, and to do that, Nye needs to get her power back or not be so nerfed. We need to fix Matt. Lots of things have to happen in the next couple episodes.
Yeah.
How many episodes was season 2?
8. They're both 8 episodes.
Okay, so we're halfway through. And we do know we got a season 4 coming. So
Marine's got to deal with her PTSD about Lanfear, because every time she has any sort of thing, it has her in it. Like she genuinely is afraid of this person.
All right, and we know that's the other side story, is we have to have the politics of the White Tower.
Right.
What's going to go on?
We have the spider dark one who's just roaming around doing her
thing
with the grave.
We got 4 hours left. 4 episodes left. We are really enjoying this show. We're really enjoying reacting together and you guys joining us. We hope to have this episode out soon and getting ready for the one episode next week. If you have any comments, questions, you like what you're seeing, leave us a comment, leave us a like, subscribe if you feel so inclined, and feel free to share this with other Wheel of Time or fantasy lovers so that they can join the party here on the couch. We will save you a seat right here. Well, I'm upside down. Until next time, and until then, we'll see you. Peace.
Bye.